And now, without further ado, the awards for the sci-fi categories. When most people hear the word science fiction, they think of futuristic technology, time travel, anything that could happen someday, just not today. Many modern innovations, such as robots, began as elements of some sci-fi story or another. It is instantly recognizable. Or, is it? Many types of sci-fi are about as untraditional as a cardboard robot. And yet, it still works somehow. Steampunk, for example, is growing by leaps and bounds, as in the case of The Strange Affair of Spring-Heeled Jack by Mark Hodder. It won the Philip K. Dick Award at this year's NorwesCon, and now the Unis Award for Best Steampunk Book of 2010. Space opera is one of the oldest genres in science fiction. From Jules Verne's classic From the Earth to the Moon, to Star Trek and Star Wars, space travel has always fascinated mankind. The best space opera of 2010 goes to David Drake for What Distant Deeps. David Drake has written dozens of novels and short stories, and What Distant Deeps is the latest addition to his highly acclaimed RCN series. Eric Flint finds himself taking home 2 Uni Awards tonight, as his alternate reality novels take us from the far past to the near future. His novel 1635 The Eastern Front continues his popular 1632 series, in which a small town in present-day West Virginia finds itself transported to 17th century Germany in the middle of the 30 Years' War. The series has grown to over a dozen novels and short fiction anthologies, on most of which he collaborated with other authors. But this novel, which wins for Best Alternate History/Time Travel Novel of 2010, he wrote himself. He shares the prize for Best Near Future/Post-Apocalyptic Novel with Ricky Spohr for Threshold, a sequel to their earlier collaboration, Boundary. Threshold tells an interplanetary tale of intrigue and espionage as an agreement between private and governmental space agencies to explore our solar system begins to crumble, leaving a crew of explorers and scientists in the middle of what could be the first interplanetary war. Which brings us to our final category, Best Military Sci-Fi. There were several excellent nominees in this category, and I personally feel any of them could have won. At the end of the night though, as they say, it is Mark Van Name's Children No More that wins the Uni. More than a simple tale of nanotech-enhanced soldiers, Children No More tackles the issue of child soldiers, one that is all too real in some parts of the world. I've always said that sci-fi helps us address important issues in new ways, and this is certainly a good example of that, as are all the nominees tonight. It's been an honor to speak to you tonight about these books and authors. I'd encourage all of you to read them, and I hope you'll visit our website to read more of my own writing. Thank you again for watching.